IsaU. So, first thing is, with the IsaU Plus, we added in a green tea extract called EGCG. And what that does is it actually changes the product quite dramatically. So some of you before may have taken 2 IsaU, may only need 1 with the new product. So the first thing is you got to retest yourself again. So you take 1 IsaU on an empty stomach 2 hours after eating and see what happens. Do you have any change in your mood? Do you have any change in your energy? Do you have any change in your cravings? And if you do, then you only need 1. But in 10 minutes, if you don't have anything changed, then you need to take a second one. So you have to figure out if you're a 1 or 2 brain. So that's the first thing to go back and figure that out. Now, why is adding half a cup of green tea such a big deal? It changes the product enormously. The original IsaU Plus is what we call a balanced brain product. Meaning it affected all of the areas of your brain equally. The new product is not quite the same. It is definitely more energetic, and is more designed to help control your appetite. The appetite control is about 3 times higher on the IsaU Plus. I'm going to get into a bit of the research about why it's so much better. But the half a cup of green tea, there's been studies showing that it does a couple of things. Besides affecting the brain, it boosts your fat-burning metabolism. And there's studies showing that 2 hours after eating, when calories are normally turned into fat, the extract we use in the exact amount that we pick actually decreases the amount of fat that you actually pack on from calories. So not only does it help control your appetite, it actually improves your fat burning, and it actually helps you decrease the calories that are being stored in fat. This is why we put it together. Now, how does it taste compared to the original one? How many like the Plus better? Raise your hand. Okay. Well, snuck this one in on me. All right. So this was a Swiss study, and this is showing that, and that's the short form of that is EGCG, and it's just showing that when you take the amount we put in, it actually decreases the amount of fat that's being stored. And then what they did was, I like about it, is they stored people that are overweight. People that are very large or obese actually store fat much easier than slimmer people. They actually struggle much more. 1 calorie packs on a lot more fat than it does on a slimmer person. So let's talk about cleansing. Let's talk about cleansing and why Jim Rose was so excited he could do 2 days. How many days did you cleanse? 1, 2, or 3? Okay. Why 2? What's so special about 2? Well, if we just put cleansing aside, and let's just talk about fasting. We don't fast because there's some negative connotations, but let's just talk about the research on fasting for a minute. When you look at fasting, and you study it for 2 days, most of the fat burning is on the 2nd day. What happens is when you cleanse, after 4 hours, your liver goes, hey, I'm not worrying about food, I'm going to start to cleanse the body. That's what your liver does. And at about 6 to 8 hours, you run out of stored sugar, and your body starts burning fat. But that effect starts to occur mostly after 12 to 24 hours. So in the 2nd day is when you burn most of the fat. But by the end of the 2nd day, if you don't eat, your body thinks it's starving, will actually start to digest your muscles and your bones. And that's why John Anderson is so brilliantly said it's a 2-day cleanse. Now, people that only do 1 day of cleanse do not get near the same results as if you do 2 days. So the important thing is, now this is going to come up, I think this is on this slide I was supposed to talk about this, is when you sign up new people, what's really important for them is they do how many days of cleansing? 2. And for most people, can you do 2 days of cleansing the first time out? So they're going to fail. So what's going to happen at the end of 30 days? Are they going to stay with isogenics? What are they going to do? Quit. So when Eric was talking about sticky products, it's a deeper discussion. The deeper discussion is, how are we going to help someone stay on the program? Because at the end of the day, our why in this room is, we're here to help people. And if they quit, who's the biggest loser? They are, because they're not going to have the benefits that you're enjoying and sharing. So we need to make sure that they stay on those 30 days. The number one thing that happens is they quit because they fail on the cleanse. And in their mind, every other health program, which is most of them call it a diet, have they been successful on? No, in fact, it's worse. Not only did they fail, they gain more weight when they finish dieting. So we need to help them. So it's interesting, there's 2 associates on the West Coast that have a 50% higher retention rate than almost anyone in the company. And what they do is they give everyone IsaU NJ Plus. Now, either they purchase a box, or what they actually do is they mail them 8. They actually mail them. And the reason they're retaining is, first of all, they call everybody for 7 days to make sure that they stay on the plan, that they're following the program. So they call them every day, or text them or email them. But most importantly is they give them IsaU NJ Plus so they can get through those 2 days. Because if they get through a 2-day cleanse, they start to see the results. They get to a second one. What are they having for the first time on a health program? They're having success. And because they have success, they're going to stay on. And all of you just raised your hand and said, I need the IsaU NJ Plus to do the 2 days, so do they. So when you sign someone up, do them the favor. So I'm going to just sort of step away from IsaU NJ Plus and talk about the other products Eris was talking about, the bars, cakes. All this is, when you sign someone up, it's not selling them more stuff. It's not SMS, right? It's HLS, helping them succeed. If you're going to help them succeed, how you do that is, you've got to be able to take isogenics with them. So think about this. If you don't know that I spend 4 to 6 hours a day in a research lab, and I rarely get to food, what's going to happen? Who's going to go to the vending machine? Me. Am I going to last on isogenics? No, I'm a traveling salesman. If I don't travel with isogenics, what's going to happen? I'm going to fail. We had a great story of a construction worker. One of the worst, right? 12 hours a day he's working. How's he going to make shakes? He did. He bought a blender that actually hooked up to the car lighter. And was having blender parties on the back. His tailgate party was every day at work. And he signed up everyone on the job site. But most people aren't this inventive. So the thing is, you got to give them the bars, you give them the slim cakes, you give them the IsaU NJ Plus, you give them these things to help them succeed. They need more energy, they need packs of the shakes. You have a lifestyle discussion with your sign-ups. And it's not selling more stuff, it's you want them to succeed. Because our whys are all the same. So the end result is if you do that, you'll have a 50% higher retention rate. And that means 50% more people you're going to save their life. Because we know that this program is life-saving at the end of the day. I had a wonderful discussion with a pharmacist here. The poor guy's been torn apart because his day job is handing out medication. And he knows it's not the right answer. He knows that this is the answer. Okay, so neat things that you can do to help control your appetite and help people get past their plateaus. Plateaus is a big problem in weight loss. So the research on the ingredients in IsaU NJ and IsaU NJ Plus, one of the things people can do is a half hour before they're going to eat, take 1 or 2. It's going to do 2 things. It's going to really help reduce the cravings. The cravings are going to go down. It's going to cut their appetite usually in half. There's lots of research to show that if the brain is satisfied, and again, the way IsaU NJ and IsaU NJ Plus works, it feeds your brain the healthy nutrients it needs to turn on your feel-good chemicals, and those feel-good chemicals turn off our appetite. So if you have 1 or 2 a half hour before you eat, you'll find you'll be able to cut down on your calorie consumption. And we should also mention while I was on that is that 4-hour Dark Lord Starbucks. You know, it's amazing. We had a patient whose car used to drive itself at 4 o'clock to Starbucks. She could never figure out how her car got out of the garage and took her all the way to Starbucks.